Hello everyone, and with F1 returning this weekend at Spa, I have decided to rank all of the current grid. So, let's get into it. Starting off with Alex Albon. So, I quite like Alex Albon. Now he used to be with Red Bull, now he's with Williams, and I think he got into F1 recently, as I've said before, with the Spanish Grand Prix this year, so back in May. But he seemed like he was too competitive for him in Red Bull, so I think he seems a lot happier at Williams. It seems to be going well, and he just seems like a really nice guy. He did the F1 streams, just streams in general, back in 2020, and yeah, so we're going A for Albon, since he's a good guy. Next we've got Alonso, to reference to Daniel Ricciardo on Gorilla Grid, where it's the name of the world champions. If you've seen that video, you know what I'm on about. And yeah, so he's got 2 world championships, both with Ferrari, I believe, currently with Alpine. And he's the oldest person on the grid at 41 years old. I think he's kind of between B and C, but for the time being we're going to put him in C, since, it can be quite funny and I do quite like him, but he's not like a standout. And that kind of goes for the same with Valtteri Bottas, who's currently with Alfa Romeo, where actually, with him at Alfa Romeo, I think I might prefer him to when he was with Mercedes. So I might be moving him up to a B for Bottas. So yeah, he does, he seems quite happy there and you like it. At least I do. And he's a good driver as well, even though I'm primarily going off of personality and how much just like them. So driving comes into it a bit. And yeah, he just good guy. Next we've got Pierre Gasly. And I think he's gonna join Alonso. I really like him with Yuki, and at AlphaTauri, even though he used to be at Red Bull for a bit. Yeah. Or is it those men who go to Red Bull? I can't remember, I'm afraid. But yeah, I quite like him, especially with Yuki. Then Lewis Hamilton, 7-time world champion. I'd say he's probably the most famous person on the grid, but that might just be because I live in the UK and he is an English driver. Or a British driver. But yeah, I do like him. I think maybe not as much as Albon. I think I might slightly prefer Albon, since yeah, he's a good guy, Lewis, and I do like him, but just ever so slightly goes towards Albon. Hulkenberg, reserve driver, I believe. He replaced Sebastian Vettel when he had COVID-19. So he's not really a person on the grid, but he was for a bit, 2 weeks, first 2 races. And yeah, he's just a bit forgettable, I'd say, unfortunately. Hasn't gotten any podiums. So yeah, we'll put him there. Next up we've got another guy who I don't believe has had any podiums, Nicholas Latifi. But Latifi's going up there because just look how happy he is. And he just seems like such a nice guy. And go Latifi, got into Q3 at Silverstone at the practice. at Hungary. You know, the third practice, number 1. Yeah, number 1. And you can't not like this guy. Charles Leclerc is going to be our very first S. I really like Charles. You know, he's in competition for the World Championship, and the Ferrari are kind of letting him down with that, you know. They haven't, like, the strategy is letting him down, and the engine isn't the most reliable. He's a brilliant driver. He also did the streams with Albon, and just really like him. He's funny, and I liked it when Vettel was at Ferrari. Them two worked well together. I hope that he can get a championship one day. Kevin Magnussen, he's going to see. Yeah, another one where they're not too, you know, like, memorable. But yeah, he's a good driver, and he seems like quite a chilled guy. And, you know, sticking with Haas and Gunther Steiner, that's going to bump him up. So yeah, there goes Kevin Magnussen. Lando Norris, another streamer, so it's these three and George Russell, who we're going to come on to soon. I think he's going to have to join Alex. You know, it's him, Lando, and George Russell. They're all close friends, and anything with them three, and it's always good. Lando, good driver, and just a likeable guy. He's funny and just very likeable. Esteban, he's a good driver, you can't go on that, but I'm putting him in with Hülkenberg because, why? You know, he doesn't really stand out for me personally. Wasn't too keen in 2018 when him and Verstappen got into their little fisticuffs. However, I only know about that through Drive to Survive, and they like to dramatise a lot of things, so I don't know if it was how they made it out to be. But yeah, it's alright. We'll leave it on that. Checo is, going up to Way. Not quite an ass, but I do like Checo. You know, he's a really good number 2 driver with Max. He seems to be the best teammate for him. It's between him and Daniel Ricciardo. You know, he's just a likeable guy. He don't seem to know what's going on half the time, but that's kind of why I like him. He's a really good driver, and yeah, he just seems quite fun. Daniel Ricciardo's got to go up there. Everybody likes Danny Rick. Okay? He's so fun, and if you're watching this video, you probably already know all that. You know, he's just such a fun guy. Not having the best season, and you know, it's all up in the air about this guy's fate. But we'll see what'll happen. Hopefully he'll stay. He's gotta stay. He is a great driver. You know, he's gotten the win with McLaren last year at Italy, and hopefully he can get another win or a podium or something to show that he deserves a seat, which he definitely does. George Russell, I'm a bit iffy on. I like him, you know, and the George Russell is the type of guy that's made me like him even more. But I don't like how when he's racing, it's always the other person's fault. Like the French Grand Prix with him and Perez. I wasn't keen on that. But yeah, you know, he's quite funny, and he did the streams as well. So I do like him. the smooth operator. He's going right up. We love good old Carlos Sainz. He's just such a fun guy, especially either if it's with the person below him or the person next to him. He's just so fun and funny and a brilliant driver. Managed to get his win at Silverstone. He's great. He's one of my favourites. Then we got Mick. He's just such a nice guy. This is a very common thread with the people I like. And he was able to get points at Silverstone and Austria, showing that he's not just in there because of Michael. And how can you not like Michael Schumacher or Mick Schumacher? Oh. Going on to someone that I'm not keen on. Lance Stroll. I don't like his temper tantrums. That's what makes me not like him. And also Lawrence Stroll, I'm not keen on just the Struloviches. But so a lot of it's a factor from his father. Yes. So he's going in last place, I'm afraid. Yuki Tsunoda. He's a funny guy. It's quite surprising how angry he gets when he's driving, since in interviews you wouldn't imagine it. But he's just a fun guy. He's got all of his food and stuff. And him and Pierre, them two, they're such a good pairing, and such a good match together. And they seem to have so much fun. Really like Yuki. Max Verstappen, he's between a B and an A. Oh, let's start that out. Not a D. I really like Max. I feel bad for him for how he was portrayed in I think I'm going to put him in B for now, but I feel bad for him for how he was portrayed in Drive to Survive, since I wasn't keen on him when watching Drive to Survive, but afterwards, watch like interviews and stuff, and especially with him and Ricardo. I might keep him in A. I'm gonna keep him there. He's a funny guy, and I feel like he's gonna have a similar story to Seb, where at first people don't like him, since he's quite arrogant and quite aggressive, but then he gets older and everyone's like, oh right, this guy's quite good, isn't he? We do like him. So I like Max a lot. Maybe I should move Lewis. No, I think I prefer him very slightly to Lewis, but they went from third Lewis to then they were equal. Now I think I prefer Max. Sebastian Vettel, he's going at S. Oh wait, another tier, for here comes Sebastian Vettel. Went for purple for fastest lap. It's Sebastian Vettel. He's just such a great guy. Gonna miss so much next year. Which I tried to stop myself from saying that I think next year Carlos is gonna become my favourite driver. It's like Carlos and Mick are gonna be my favourite drivers once he's gone. And just everything that he does on and off the track. It's great on the track for World Championships, but then also off the track, what he's doing with the environment, and like when he cleaned up after Silverstone, and then how he's such a supporter of all the issues in the world in general. And then it's like Lewis said, when he wanted drivers to take a knee, it was Sebastian. He was the first one to be there with him, and he's very funny as well. Just everything about him. He's brilliant. He's just, yeah. We love Sebastian. That's right, I'm saying we, not me. Everybody loves Sebastian. And then Zhou Guanyu. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to put him in D for now. He could easily move up, but he's sticking in D just because this is his first season, so I don't know too much about him, even though I just started watching him this season, but, you know, he hadn't had too much, like, coverage. But he seems alright. He's good on the track, he's a good driver, that's for sure. He had a horrible crash in Silverstone, which is very unfortunate, but thank goodness that the halo exists, as in like a halo on the car. So yeah, this is my ranking of all the drivers. Got an Aston Martin at the top and one at the bottom. So yeah, I'm just bunking there. This is my ranking of all 21 drivers. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you like to see other tier rankings or more F1 videos, please let me know. And yeah, that's going to bring this video to a close. So thank you everyone for watching, and goodbye.